Good evening, I'm Andrew Nepsund. That story coming up in just a minute, but first. Now let's say in one night, you double that to 4 pints and 8 units, you're technically binge drinking. Now usually when you have your seatbelt on, it prevents you from going any further if you get into a wreck. But Esme didn't have her seatbelt on, so there was nothing stopping her from hitting the steering wheel. When the College of Media and Communications building was first opened, this parking lot wasn't here. But 1 month later, it goes up and helps put a small but efficient dent into the parking problem at an ever-growing university, right? Wrong. It's off limits to students. Hi, I'm Andrew Nepsund, and I'm here with Miss Texas 2012, Danae Couch. Danae, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Andrew. How are you?
I'm doing well as well, Miss Couch. Now, tell me, Danae, the last month, what has it been like for you? Not only can you write, but you can also be a photographer, or you can pick up a video camera and become a broadcast journalist. Or you can just do a little bit of each. Meet Danae Couch, or what you may know her better as
Miss Texas 2012.
But did you know, when she's not on stage or touring across Texas and the greater United States, she's a major voice of reason fighting against the most abused drug among young adults and college students nowadays, and an issue that hits close to home for her: alcohol and binge drinking.
I had a family member who went to rehab in October of 2011, and it really shook myself and my family.
She reaches out through her program, The Unconscious Truth, which touches on the physical and legal effects of both underage and of-age binge drinking.
It's a way of making them aware of the dangers of underage drinking and of binge drinking, alcohol poisoning, and some of the legal effects that will befall them as well.
So what is binge drinking? Dr. Kitty Harris, the director of the renowned Center for the Study of Addiction and Recovery at Texas Tech, says in layman's terms that it's drinking for the purpose of getting drunk.
I think of it in terms of the intent and purpose, is that I'm going to drink not for the social aspect, but I want to drink for the intent and purpose to get drunk and to feel the way I want to feel.
So how much is too much? Well, the daily recommended limit for alcohol per day is 4 units or 2 pints of beer. Now let's say in one night, you double that to 4 pints and 8 units, you're technically binge drinking. And according to what experts say, you're seriously damaging your health long term. But with young adults nowadays, with the use of this device, it doesn't get much better.
Drop it.
The beer bong comes in all shapes and sizes and makes binge drinking literally effortless, with drinkers able to take down several drinks in just a couple of seconds. And if you drink enough in a certain amount of time, you can black out, where the mind shuts down and the drinker goes into a stage of amnesia, where bad decisions are made and are hardly ever remembered.
You know, I've worked with girls that will say, you know, I have no idea how I got to his apartment. I have no idea how I ended up without my purse.
Now before, I mentioned that binge drinking damages your health, and according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, it can damage your liver, increase the risk of certain types of cancer, cause heart damage, and in extreme cases, can lead to alcohol poisoning and death.
I actually had someone I know die from alcohol poisoning.
It's sad that so many kids' lives are ended due to their alcohol and drug use in college campuses.
But Harris says there is hope for those who think they are stuck in their binge drinking addiction and habits.
I've spent the last 30 years of my life working with people that were in some phase of addiction or recovery. And it works. Recovery works. Following a 12-step principle model of recovery works.
For the Daily Toreador, this is Andrew Nepsund signing off. Lubbock may be the second most conservative city in America, but that doesn't mean you can't find new and interesting experiences in the hub city. The Maker Faire was miniaturized this weekend at the United Spirit Arena. The Mini Maker Faire is an event for all ages displaying arts and crafts and inventors showing off their new and fancy technology and science projects. Joe Lee had just one word to describe the fair. One of the more popular displays at the fair was a self-made arcade from junior electrical engineering and math double major John Fensky. He explains why he chose to make this gaming machine.
People don't really have that opportunity as much. Arcade machines are not as prominent as they used to be, or maybe they're not in that generation that grew up with those. So it's a unique experience that people really enjoy.
Many of the makers here today are not professionals at all. They're just hobbyists, enthusiasts, or just students. But no matter what the age or title, creativity is never lacking.
Squawk for us. Thank you.
The self-proclaimed absent-minded Professor Conrad of Flim Flam Laboratories came to the fair to show off his brainchild, 5 years in the making.
The flying bird brain is part of the giant brain complex. I have created, Flim Flam Laboratories has created the giant brain, which is, it's the latest state-of-the-art computerized, mechanized, mechanical brain.
Conrad then demonstrated an interesting feature of the large brain.
The giant brain is the ultimate intelligence, and the giant brain takes it and processes all your problems, and we actually reform your way of thinking.
The Texas Tech Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers, who brought the event to Lubbock, hope to make the fair an annual event very soon.
KSAT 12 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
Breaking news right now, a fuel spill has closed all the lanes of northbound I-35 from Division to Theo and Malone. We are getting reports that traffic may be backed up as far as Zarzamora, a major traffic headache for drivers out there right now. Good evening, I'm Andrew Nepsund. That story coming up in just a minute, but first, new on the night beat, a man says whom he made the bomb threats to San Antonio International, telling his story only to us tonight. We've decided to share this conversation with you because even though he has talked to the chief of police, he says he doesn't want to go to jail. He understands his threat was a crime, and the fact that he won't turn himself in is why we want you to listen in hopes of identifying this man. Our Simon Gutierrez has more on this developing story.
I called here to let the people know who was the real person that made the threats. We were just doing that when we were drunk. We really had nothing to do, so we decided to chill out and do something funny. I told them that there was a bomb which was made of ammonium nitrate in the parking lot, and I told them we were going to blow that up. I told them we have left our bombs near some, inside 3 cars. We had to use some tricks, so the dogs were sniffing correctly, you know. We had to pollute all those cars with some special chemical stuffs. My friend has got his degree in the chemistry. We have called to Walmarts and to different places. I'm just telling the truth now because I'm tired of doing that. I called the chief police of San Antonio, you know, and I talked to them, and they want me to give it up and visit them in person. I'm really sorry for what I did. I hope they forgive me. That's all. I won't do that again. I won't.
We contacted the police department to ask about the caller. We have not yet heard back from Chief McManus. The caller did have a conversation with the chief that he recorded and shared with us. We will give the department a copy of our story to help them with their investigation. You can also find a longer version of our conversation with the man who calls himself Raul on our website. Just click on this story. Protesters right here in San Antonio participating in a national protest of Chick-fil-A as a response to the rally of support on Wednesday. The debate over the company's stance on gay marriage was sparked 3 weeks ago when Chick-fil-A CEO Dan Cathy revealed that the company donated millions to groups who oppose gay marriage. Today, a group of gay marriage supporters gathered at Chick-fil-A on Bandera and 1604 in protest. Today's demonstration comes 2 days after Chick-fil-A supporters flocked to the restaurant as a show of support in another nationwide event.
A number of my friends are gay and lesbian, and I think if I've had the right to be married for 23 years to my husband and have 3 beautiful children, that everybody should have that right.
And so we're out here expressing ourselves just like people express themselves on Wednesday in a peaceful and calm manner, just showing our support for our community and what we believe in.
The group held up signs that said things like "Eat More Equality," a twist on Chick-fil-A's "Eat More Chicken" slogan. Meanwhile, there are more protesters and boycotts across the country today against the company. Many featured gay couples kissing in front of Chick-fil-A locations this morning. Someone painted "Tastes Like Hate" on this Chick-fil-A in Torrance, California. The owner says nothing like this has ever happened before, and it's normally a quiet neighborhood. Police are investigating. 2 kittens just thrown in a dumpster. It's a case that Animal Care Services is looking into. While ACS officials cannot comment on the ongoing investigation, they say the alleged act of animal cruelty happened last week at this post office on Harlow Street. They say someone claiming to have witnessed the act called ACS to report it, and if the allegations are correct, that person could face charges.
We have some allegations of a cruelty case. We're looking at it. What we need to do now is to continue to talk to witnesses. If there's any additional witnesses that are out there that actually saw what allegedly occurred, we need them to come forward. Obviously, the witnesses are the foundation of our case.
The U.S. Postal Service is also not commenting on this issue, but say they are investigating. The National Jobs Report for July is out today, so how did the country do? Well, depends on who you ask. The report brought mixed news about the economy. The nation's businesses added 163,000 new jobs, which beat expectations, but the unemployment rate actually rose from 8.2 in June to 8.3 in July. That shows more people are actively looking. The jobs report quickly sparked a political throwdown. Speaking to a crowd in Nevada tonight, GOP presidential candidate Mitt Romney called it a hammer blow to the middle class.
These numbers are not just statistics. These are real people really suffering, having hard times. 23 million Americans out of work or stopped looking for work or way underemployed. 23 million.
Meanwhile, President Obama said earlier today that people also went back to work in one of the 163,000 jobs that were created last month.
Those are our neighbors and family members finding work and the security that comes with work.
The president also acknowledged that there were too many people still looking for work. Well, that's going to do it for this KSAT 12 news break. I'm Andrew Nepsund. Have a great day.